Oh yeah, I forgot we had the different title screen now. That's fun. That's fun. This one looks more like the title screen to the original NieR, I believe. I've only seen that title screen once or twice, but I recall it having a lot of flowers on it. I know the amygdala is fear. Not sure what the oblongata does. I'm not a brain surgeon. So quit brain surgeoning at me. Alright, so we've got one soldier left with us who's now at full health instead of no health, so that's nice. We are continuing on in our obvious Nazi uniforms, because this game wasn't blunt enough before. I mean, Katie's a psychologist. I could go call her. I'm not sure that's quite the same thing as a neurologist, though. They both deal with the brain in different ways. Amygdala, emotions, survival instincts, and memories. I don't think Nazis had axes that big strapped to their backs. Thank God for that. Oblongata is involuntary functions. Alright. Now we know. And you know what they say about knowing? Big shoes. Alright, let's find our way around. Because of course the way I try to take happens to be the way that's blocked off. It never fails. There we go. I just tricked it. Normally when you're in this space, I believe it goes into side-scroller mode, but I skipped the trigger for it.
Unit 7B with Vanguard Squadron Delta. We're currently pinned down by a number of machines that appear to have lost their minds.
This is Unit 2B. We're heading over now to provide support.
Depending on who I'm playing at the moment will be who is a squirrel. Oh, I miss just being able to hack everything now. Which time? Wow, those other soldiers die quick. But then she is level 20. Which is a little bit lower than the rest of us. Just a bit. I don't know why they're sending down level 20 troops in this level 47 war zone. Set game education. The third person is the soldier that we rescued from the last bunch of robots. Now normally at this point you are closer to level 50, but I haven't been doing side quests or any grinding because I hate that shit. I think Chrono Trigger was pretty much the perfect JRPG because there was no grinding involved. Just, you were always at the right level so long as you didn't keep running away. It was a very well done game. There a plot point I'm missing that explains why the game is so not colorful. That's what it does whenever we're doing the wrong thing. Whenever we're doing something really terrible, it turns everything black and white and pretends that that's what it looks like inside a dust cloud. Big war going on, so there's a lot of ash and smoke in the air. Yes. That's their excuse anyway. Get out of here. Oh, we got another one. Their health is not so good. Alright, let's hit that quick save. Definitely not what it looks like in a dust cloud. Not even a little, no. Nah, they're trying to be super symbolic. This game takes itself super seriously, no matter how dumb it gets. It really thinks it's like... It really thinks it's a modern literary classic. And frankly, that's adorable. There we go. Just waiting to be able to get that one. I'm having a much easier time this time. I'm thinking it's just because I'm not as tired. What it looks like in a dust cloud is the inside of your eyelids as you squeeze your eyes shut to keep the dust down. Yes. Although these are androids, so I suppose they don't have to do that. Also, they think that they're different from the machine, the robots, because reasons. As I said, the game is very blunt, but it thinks it's super clever.
Join you there and lend a hand.
Man, I can't see a thing.
Weirdly, the previous Drakengard games were a lot more
Why are
self-aware.
they going nuts like this? I thought Eve's network was destroyed.
All we can do is fight.
Like, in general, Drakengard and even the first NieR, they knew they were big and dumb. They knew they were big and dumb, and they took that and made something meaningful out of it. This one doesn't understand that it's part of that same dumbness. Oh, I can't get up there. And it takes itself deadly seriously. To the point that it's hilarious. But it's just as dumb under that, so it winds up being even dumber.
This is 3B, Captain of Theta Squadron.
I bet they have tiny windshield wipers on their ocular units. Oh, crap. Started taking damage. Can't have that. Oh, there's another big boy there. So I guess our new partners are invulnerable? That's my best guess, because they're just not dying. I have no idea how on board I would be with this game becoming Goat Simulator. I was gonna say I want to see Dark Souls as Goat Simulator, but we're already halfway there. I mean, especially after a monster dies. Goat Simulator was made in response to people calling poorly built games modern classics and such, as well as in response to as well as in response to the giant influx of poorly made games and people claiming our games are amazing when they clearly weren't. So yeah, just all Theta Squad destroyed.
Took too long. They're gone.
We took
We should
too
head to
long.
another
We were
area
here
and provide
immediately.
support.
So Goat Simulator is pretty excellent in that way. I lost track of what I was saying in the middle of the thought. Alright, now we gotta fight this guy. Hey, you've got a crotch face. Alright, missiles, not that much more effective. A little more effective, though. Wow, we cannot do much damage to this thing at all. Goat Simulator is the only time that someone managed to put simulator in the name of something, using it as a satire and have it work. Everyone else kind of latched onto that. And was like, hey, if we put simulator in our name and make a bad game, they can't be mad at us for making a shitty game. What I've noticed with games is that the retroness, pixelatedness has a negative correlation with how seriously it takes itself. The more pixelated a game is, the less seriously it will take itself. Yeah, I suppose that's true in a lot of cases. Although then you have games that take themselves super seriously that are pixely, like, oh, what's that game called? The time reversing one. Not Blink's the Time Cat. The one where Mario is the real monster. That game takes itself very seriously. Braid, yes. There we go, there's my self-heals. I guess I could just do this for a while. Quality content. Hijack boost. Is that like for 9S specifically? That sounds like it's for 9S specifically. Never heard of Braid? It was the indie darling for a long time. Like the indie darling. It's interesting, but I could never really get the hang of its mechanics. I did not pause that. I don't know what happened there, but my thumb was nowhere near the pause button. Oh, okay, that time I know what happened. That was me flipping my mouse over so that the cursor would stop moving around. It's one of your favorite games. It's a platformer with a bunch of time manipulation mechanics. Really love retro stuff and pixel art and retro style stuff and pixel art style stuff, if you can't tell. Yeah, absolutely. And I just realized that I'd taken out of the... Never mind. Okay, we're getting back to the game now. It's all good. I'm a big fan of JRPGs, so stuff that looks like the Super Nintendo is often my bag. I was thinking about doing Lisa after this. Because holy shit, there's a game that'll make you cry over and over again. Titan Souls does take itself pretty seriously. It's kind of trying to be somewhere between Dark Souls and what's it called? That other game with the Titans. Not Attack on Titan, the good one. God, I can't remember any names right now. I wasn't able to talk earlier, so at least I'm a step above that. Shadow of the Colossus, yes. Attack on Titan is... well, I have things to say about that show and its games. It's kind of like this in that it takes itself really seriously, even though it's incredibly dumb. It's just not as enjoyably dumb.
We've sighted new enemies in the region. They've got attack squadron Omega surrounded and are giving them one hell of a fight. Can you get over there and provide support ASAP?
I guess, but I kind of wanted to collect treasure
This
first.
is tougher than I thought it would be.
We need to hurry.
I guess doing this is just to have more partners, but I have a feeling that the upcoming fight is not going to be difficult enough to warrant it. So they become invulnerable once they join me, but before that, not so much. Can't take this game seriously just because of the animation style of the robots, right? They're adorable. There's some adorable friendlies too. Like everyone's favorite gender fluid robot, best bot.
This is Unit 2B. We're in position to provide support for Attack Squadron Omega.
Are we ever glad to see you? They came out of nowhere. We were fighting for our damn lives.
Pascal, yes, thank you. See, I can't remember any names. Even the names of favorite characters. There we go. Getting a few good chunky hits. There we go. As long as I can... Oh my god, when I just realized when I lock on, they're going for who I lock on to. So that actually... Oh, that's excellent. That makes it much easier to take down single enemies. Oh, I wish it had bothered explaining that at any point.
Scan the area to see if any reinforcements are on the way.
You got it.
I feel like there should be an option to turn off the dust, but it's so deep. It's a narrative device, and it's so deep. Don't you understand how deep turning off the color is when they're doing bad things? No one's ever thought of this before. It's the best symbolism, is what I'm saying. To you! To me!
Are you okay?
Sorry, wrong game.
My guard down. EMP hit me point blank.
Needed an excuse to make me 9S again, huh? Not that I can complain, I much prefer playing not. Why am I at the top of this building? I was down there with 2B before. Can I get to the treasure chest? No, that's way too high up. Yeah, it's up there. Of course it is. It is definitely helping the no, it's not helping the frame rate at all because it's actually rendering the fog.
They had visual camouflage? What the hell's
What? That's not camouflage. We can still clearly see them. In fact, that makes them easier to see. Had I ever mentioned how this game continues to blow my mind with how dumb it can get? Also, it's making the hacking games easier because it's slowing them down. What the hell is this?
There's no end to them.
What do you mean there's no end to them? We've killed like 3/4 of them. Look, there's only 2 left now. I think 9S is being a bit over dramatic. Just a hunch. Stop spinning the camera around. Not who I intended to hack. Yeah, EA wants to pretend. Okay. Well, this is fun. EA wants to pretend that their Burnout is worth something, because it's the one that they made. So they decided people must like it, despite all evidence to the contrary. So this is kind of hard to see now. However, I already know how the patterns on this stuff work, so fucking with the visuals doesn't actually matter that much. Oh. Burnout Paradise is the one where they changed crash mode from a puzzle game into just a lol you can crash game, right? The racing version of that game from Carboys. Wreckfest, yeah, I heard about that. I wish this camera would stop spinning around, but I've been wishing that since the beginning of the game, so I don't think it's gonna happen. This camera may actually be worse than... I think what this camera is, right here, is if Super Mario 64 had a baby with Dark Souls, because it can't go past walls and it likes flipping around in different directions. And then that baby started moving really, really slowly. Because even in fast mode, this camera is way too slow. Oh, got hit twice. Crap. There we go. No problem. This metaphor is beautiful. Why, thank you. Where am I trying to get to now? I've forgotten. Apparently a lot of people died here. Oh, never mind. Those are level 20 helpers. Oh, crap. Okay, I can't dash now, so that's fun. Ah! Well, this is a cute mechanic. I guess I'm finally getting the status effects that those items are supposed to cure, and I'm literally halfway through the game. Nah, it's high art, so it's gotta be opera. This is high art. And everyone knows high art needs an opera soundtrack. Oh, I guess I won.
You okay?
Be calm enough to stop complaining about dust.
Is this a white area virus?
Hey, it's another anime line. Is this thing?
To me!
Is this the power of the Monado?
This viral attack. The EMP must have triggered it. I gotta do
That's how
something.
EMPs work.
I have to save two.
Alright, now I'm gonna blow them up. Oh, I don't get that option.
To be, you okay?
Shouldn't I be trying to save the rest of them? Like now? It just wasn't gonna let me?
The hell?
They've been infected and taken over.
No. Wait, what? Attack functions aren't
Attacks
working.
on allies
Because
prohibited.
They're your IDs. 2B, I need to hack into you and fry your identification circuit.
Do it.
Begin hacking. This is how we hack, yo. Yay. Better start hacking. Oh, for some reason we won't be able to attack each other, though.
Alert. All communications are currently being jammed.
God damn it!
To me, I located the unit that's jamming our comms.
Target location data obtained. Marking on map.
Alright, instead of sticking around to just keep hammering on these guys, we should probably continue along, right? They'll leave us alone eventually. I mean, that sounds like most games that get any sort of presence. They wind up with shitty kids and Nazis. Never ever get into the Dark Souls community, who thinks that their game is perfect, and certainly never ever publicly admit to thinking Dark Souls is imperfect. Like in any public forum, they will find you. How am I? Oh, that's actually in the pit. I thought it was outside of it for some reason. Why are we going back to where we already
the jamming
were?
is coming from that thing.
What thing? We already killed this. Missiles then. Is that thing cackling now, or is that the soldiers? I would like that to be the voice of Big Boy over there. It's like every stereotypical Trump supporter grouped up into a super cluster. Jeez. Yeah, that honestly sounds like the Dark Souls community too. The worst humanity, as Vinny put it when he tried to stream Dark Souls 1, it was like all the worst parts of humanity came together in one place just to shout slurs at him. Oh, I'm having trouble hitting this guy. Oh, Jesus. These characters are definitely more aggressive than the robots. Keep in mind, Vinny is a streamer who regularly gets between 6,000 and 12,000 people in his chat, so it was real bad. The Bloodborne community is apparently much nicer. And the Dark Souls 2 community seems alright. But then the Dark Souls community hates Dark Souls 2. So that would explain that. And of course, we all know how competitive FPSs go. Oh shit, get out of there, get out. There we go. Not gonna hack me, stupid mina bird. So I guess collecting all those soldiers to be part of our team wasn't actually worthwhile. They sure made a big deal out of it and then just killed them off unceremoniously off screen. It's almost like they weren't thinking when they designed these parts. Game communities are sort of like a never meet your heroes type of thing. If you love a game, never interact with the community. That is sadly true. I mean, that's one of the reasons that we started this, the truck community, as we call it, so we can have a more positive place to talk about games. If we could afford an internet connection that would support it, I would actually set up a Mastodon instance for it once we got more people involved. Couple hundred active people, you know, that sort of thing. And then we could be accused of censoring people whenever someone shouted a slur and we told them that that's not acceptable. Most of the games you play on a regular basis are dicks. Passepartout is not, I can't say it's not a game, but it's not a video game in the traditional sense. Oh, I didn't see that she was hacking. Shit. This old pixel filter is cute. Okay, I gotta get the hell away. When is this gonna wear off? Oh, I can't attack now. I guess I just have to wait this out. I can't dodge. This is more annoying than it is, you know, interesting or challenging. Still can't attack, but I can dodge and see now. Alright, I can fire missiles at least. Passepartout is a continuous digital experience. Yeah, that works. I like that. And no one's gonna tell you the pro strats is something that's mostly random and or creative. Telling someone that they're playing Passepartout wrong means that you're the only one who has ever played Passepartout wrong. Never talk to the roguelike and roguelike community about the definition. Oh, I know it. I friggin' know it. Personally, I think it's a stupid name for a genre. That's like calling arcade platformers Donkey Kong likes. I'm having a lot more trouble here, but I think some of that's just talking with the chat. It's the name we're stuck with, though, and we're about to be stuck with Souls-like, even though they're Castlevania games. Come on now. Or Soulsborne, which is just as silly. Okay, these guys just keep coming. I think I have to destroy this guy. Apparently, we've done a bunch of damage in the meantime, at least. Oh my god, it's pooping everywhere. Stop pooping on the battlefield. Alright, let's retrieve, let's eat this corpse real quick. They're absolutely amazing games, though, and the people who are good at the games are brutally good. I mean, I tear through roguelikes regularly. Am I brutally good? I don't think so. It's all just learning to recognize a few patterns. I actually don't play them on stream for the reasons you just said, because you don't want to deal with those communities. Sue was brave enough to stream Dark Souls for a long time, and while I won't say it was a mistake, it wasn't always pretty or comfortable.
Signal reception is clear. Connection lost due to server-side authentication failure. No response is coming from command on any channel.
What happened to the bunker?
The people who like NieR Automata
Keep doing this forever.
do not seem to be generally horrible. They seem to mostly be really stoned. So that's been nice.
Then we set our black boxes to self-destruct and take them all out at once.
Again, we already did
Data
this.
upload 30%
Like twice.
Complete. 50% complete. We just hit 70%.
Watch someone on Twitch who actually has a Lich
We're at
Streak
92%.
counter for Enter the
2B.
Gungeon.
Your
I
black
haven't
box.
tried playing Enter the Gungeon. I have several times bested or done complete files on Binding of Isaac. Hey, it's that scene from the second Matrix movie. You know, the shitty one. And back to the start of the game again. It just keeps happening.
2B.
How much of that do you remember?
Command.
Well, as I said, people take this seriously. because they're really high. That's really all I got. Robo Scrum, there you go. Because this game is very much Philosophy 101 with poorly written protagonists. Or high school philosophy, even. Sup?
Commander!
2B? 9S? What are you doing here?
The Yorha units on the ground were infected by a virus. We had to detonate our black boxes in order to stop them.
A virus? What are you talking about? None of our ground units reported anything about a virus.
That's because they have the
Because all
virus.
communication with the bunker has been severed.
And why did you leave the battlefield anyway? I didn't order a retreat.
Gee, I wonder if she was behind any of this.
No.
Do you
If
think?
anyone is acting infected here, it's
Do you
you.
think
Are you
maybe
nuts?
she's the bad guy? Do you think?
2B, 9S. You're being detained under suspicion of virus contamination.
Wait a minute!
No, she didn't have the virus, or she didn't create the virus. Oh hey, that's the baby killer's voice, isn't it?
They're infected?
Huh, I really thought the commander would have been the
Commander, we have
mastermind,
to go.
but instead she's just really friggin' dumb.
Damn! The doors! Did the virus infiltrate the bunker itself? Operator, what?
It's not the operator.
It's Eve.
We're spooked to enter the network and virus.
How is that even possible?
We've had a great deal of fun watching you squirm, but I'm afraid the end has come for this outpost.
Okay, that was cool. I don't know how I did it, but it was cool. I totally forgot that finishers were even a thing. The virus is a new thing. It's just suddenly happened. This is the halfway point. It's the second episode of the OVA. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. That is one thing that you can't really deny. It keeps your attention. Both with its craziness and constant stuff. The stuff never stops happening. Ah, not the direction I meant to go. Didn't realize I was locked on. Oh my god, stop. I wasn't actually stun locked, but geez, it felt like it. One big messed up opportunity to have a big shotgun that is also an axe. You are so right, B. You are so right. Oh my god, they're coming out again. Are we supposed to be trying to escape this room? Am I doing something wrong? 9S said that the doors weren't there, or weren't working, so I assumed. If we're supposed to be losing, that's going to take a very long time. because this game is not particularly challenging. Yeah, Dauntless has the shotgun axe. Unfortunately, Dauntless also has like an hour's worth of content, and it's been in testing for like 2 years now. Oh, shit. I thought I had enough time to do that. I was incorrect, though. Are we almost done with this scene? Lack of firearms is actually something that can completely drive you away from fighting-based games. Yeah, I kind of know the feeling there. In my case, it may be more like lack of melee attacks, now that I think about it. I don't do so great at a range because I got shaky hands.
Glory to mankind. All core units lost.
Reporting.
There's still action.
Stay focused, 2B.
Stay focused and kill your comrades. They'll feel every bit of it. God damn it, 9S. Keep in mind that as far as the narration is concerned, 2B is the heartless one. It's just they kind of change personalities on a whim. I can buy more recovery stuff. Yeah, I'm much better at getting up close and personal, personally. If I'm at a range, I really need something AoE. Or auto lock on.
This food isn't very good.
Oh, come on. Are you just copying System Shock now? Pup, puny hacker, etc. The sad music is the game once again failing to really make me feel anything about the current situation. Man, I kick some ass at games sometimes. Not as much as Sue or Alice. They're the ones who are actually good at games here.
But tell me, why weren't you two infected?
It's probably because I deferred our data sync. I noticed some weird noise in the bunker's server data, so I paused the upload.
I see.
Why? Operator. Mankind. Man.
The transport terminal is corrupted. We need to get to the hangar and get some flight units.
Flight game to subtly manipulate the bullet path in flight so it doesn't feel like you're getting aim assist. Just Cause 3, huh? I mean, that's the fun thing about Paladins is hitboxes are so big you don't need aim assist. You look a little Moji and she's bigger than Androxus if you take her hitbox into account. Oh my god, stop swinging that direction. You locked onto someone behind you off screen instead of the ones right in front of you. That's what happened there. Good job, 2B. Games you're best at are racing games, huh? I know Katie likes some racing games. I think she's more into the, like, kart racing though. She was the Mario Kart champion of places, like all of the places. Assetto Corsa. I haven't heard of that one.
Commander, we need to get some flight units from the hangar and get out of here.
So is Commander just going to be coming with us the whole time now? Because she kind of gets on my nerves.
Commander, hurry! I'm staying here. I can't.
Yeah, that was my next guess.
I too was synced up with the server.
But 9S can hack into your systems and...
There's no time. You two are the
It
last remaining
literally
members
takes
of your
like 2.5
hunt.
seconds.
It's your duty to survive.
But Commander...
Besides, this is my command. Let me at least fulfill my duty here, to the end.
Explode the place?
2B, this place is lost!
Commander! Move it, 2B! That's an order!
She's a main character-ish. Was that seriously... Is this the opening credits? Or the ending credits? Because if it's the opening credits, they're a little late. And if it's the ending credits, that was quick. This is just hitting every basic sci-fi anime plot point. Games are a flat circle. Time is a 6-sided cube. Oh, now we are literally back at the start of the game.
Alert. Multiple pursuers detected.
Well, whichever credits these are.
This signal, it's...
Whichever credits these are, at least there's a playable thing in them. There we go, much better. Holy crap, they have a lot of HP though.
Nina, I need to take over your control.
You need to what?
I'm getting us out of here.
Okay.
Flight controls transferred to Unit 2B.
Flight controls established for Unit 9S. Setting automatic course. Entering escape route from combat zone.
Wait, what are you... No!
Don't fight me,
I'm doing the thing that
Your
they always
Unit
do in
2B's
anime.
Stealth function unlocked.
Wait. 2B! 2B!
What did you expect her to do? She's the anime hero protagonist. trying to seamlessly loop me back to the beginning so I don't notice how short it is.
Eject immediately.
It's been fairly long so far. This is just a real short chapter. 2B, realize 9S could have actually helped you win this by hacking them.
Alert. FFCS and NFCS systems unresponsive. Analysis. Offensive functionality lost.
Well, we're fucked. The squirrel voice makes goddammits perfect.
Alert. Multiple enemies confirmed.
Oh yeah, the color's coming back now because she's not fighting for the Nazis now. Except they just tried to make the Nazi character sympathetic, which I'm really not okay with. Oh, it was this virus. It was this virus that's the real bad guy. Ah, shit. If there's one thing you should never do in your media, it's try and make the Nazis sympathetic. Why is the frame rate so smooth all of a sudden? I'm getting 59 to 60. This has literally never happened before. Oh my god, it looks nice. Wow. Why hasn't it been doing this the whole time? I know you guys are seeing it in 30, but I'm seeing it in 60, and it's gorgeous. The human race built everything as far as we can tell, and there's no humans left, so... Which was the big twist that I literally called in like my first stream of the game. I'm wondering if there was actually any people who played this who were shocked by the big reveal. I cannot imagine there was. Yeah, they continue to build themselves now, that's true.
Alert. Virus infection detected. Proposal. Administer vaccine immediately.
Oh, come on. Can I thought I couldn't get the virus because we never synced. It does not make sense that 2B's able to get the virus the way they've described it. Are they gonna explain why she's getting the virus? Is it an airborne virus? Because I don't think that's how computer viruses work. Alright, do I have anything that'll actually... Like, I have these oral cures and things like that, but nothing has ever put a status condition on me, and I'm more than halfway through the game. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything else. There should be a part of the code where the robots turn into self-replicating Nazi bots. They just self-destruct. Except that the humans intended them to be that way. They created them to fight this pointless war with each other. There we go. Slowly but surely whittle them down. It keeps feeling like I'm at parts where I'm supposed to die, but then I keep getting through them anyway. And I'm wondering how intentional that all is. Eat the corpse. You're injecting yourself with antivirus, which is not how computer viruses work, probably. Yeah, viruses aren't as much of a thing right now as they were, say, 10 years ago. Lewd Life was too damn lazy at a garbage dump. Good for Lewd Life. Let's eat them. System corrupted, 16%. Now I'm limping.
Contamination rate
And I
up to
can't pick up
16%.
items.
Malfunction detected in NFCS circuit.
Alright, where am I supposed to go?
From spreading to other androids. Pod, give me a location that's low on android signals.
Or don't.
Searching. Analysis. The area near the abandoned commercial facility meets the desired parameters. Alert. Your high unit 2B will sustain serious damage unless the virus is eliminated.
You don't say.
Doesn't seem to affect Pod any, at least. Hasn't made him less sarcastic. Alright, can I get out of here or am I stuck? There we go. Ah. Never even heard of antivirus for Linux. NFCS has something to do with interacting with things via an incredibly short-range wireless connection. That's it's near-field communication. NIER field communication system. Very nice. I mean, there's not much reason to, because Windows is such a common operating system for, okay, I can't hurt this guy because of his shield. Windows is such a common operating system for big businesses to use that all the viruses get programmed for it. Alright, I guess through the sewer. Stop spinning the camera, good lord. It won't turn towards things when I'm trying to keep locked onto them. Alice's game, Lego Dimensions, relies on NFC chips and an NFC reader. The toy panel that she puts all the figures on is an NFC reader.
Alert. Virus contamination rate up to 21%.
Yeah, and it's speeding up.
And reset.
Analysis. Virus is transforming and progressing its own algorithm with abnormal speed. Removal will be difficult.
Pod, shut the fuck up. Connect my wireless headphones to my phone using NFC. Ah. I didn't realize that it, I actually didn't realize that was a thing. Because as far as I knew, NFC only had a range of like an inch or so. I can't pick up any of these treasures, which is bothering me far more than it should. Okay, I can pick up this one. Just randomly it goes, lets her run again. Ah, not for long though. Hold my phone up to a specific point on them and then it... Oh, okay. Oh, that's actually a really cool idea. Now how the hell do I get out of here? No, guys. Please. Well, that's fun. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing right now, so I'm just going towards my destination. I'm guessing that was more or less scripted, what just happened. Yay, XP. And now I can run again briefly. Oh, can't jump.
Alert. Virus contamination rate up to 32%.
Uh-huh.
Malfunction detected in visual processing system.
Okay, that's very annoying. Anytime I get hit, I just go flying.
It's a message for all of us.
And shut the fuck up, pre-recorded message.
Today, I have wonderful news. The Council of Humanity has decided to increase the production of
I mean, the closest thing my phone's got to that is it can charge by holding it near a pad.
the light of hope is near.
How do I get up here?
We look forward to future glory.
I guess I don't. I guess I gotta go all the way around.
Bring it to us. Glory to man.
So I'm stun locked. That's kind of annoying. How do I get out of here? There doesn't really seem to be a way. Can I go this way? No, that just leads to a treasure chest, which I guess I'll kick open. Yay, small recovery. Just what I needed. So you know how in a good game, there's like something leading you to your destination? Whether it be lights, symbols, even arrows if they're feeling real lazy. This game just seems to be saying, you know what, fuck you. Not only are we not going to show you where you're supposed to go, we're going to make it so you can't jump half the time.
Malfunction detected in FMCS circuit.
This game definitely has a healthy dose of fuck you player. And this is very hard to look at, and I apologize for anyone having trouble. I know it's bothering my eyes a little bit. I will keep narrating as we go, so you don't have to look at the screen. Because the game is definitely having a fuck you for playing me moment. So we're running through a field of moose. Still can't pick up any treasures. Going along a street that I believe will lead to the right way. I don't know if we've got enough time to get through yet, though. Or left, not yet. Managed to dodge some shield bots that are hopping at me. Alright, now we can dash again. Oh, I'm the same way with televisions, yeah. We're gonna keep... This looks dangerous, but we're gonna try this way anyway. Oh no. The bullets don't have knockback, so I'm not too worried. Not stun locked. Not stun locked. Oh, and we are out of there.
Virus contamination rate 70%.
Yeah, I see that pod, thanks. Now I'm stun locked. Oh wow, it even extends into the menus. That's annoying. So now it's getting even worse. I'm stun locked against the wall. I seem to have gotten out now. Just a sec. Can I see on the map? No, of course I'm not allowed to look at the actual map. Ugh. This is the future right here. Video games that actively despise you. Alright, just keep punching me in the direction I want to go at least. I'm okay with that. I get the feeling I was supposed to die, but they're not doing enough damage to me for that to happen accidentally. All in all, this game really does not think much of its players in general. I don't know if I'm going the right way at this point. Because it's so, I'm not watching the screen most of the time. Because if I do, it's going to set off a migraine.
Virus contamination rate 90%. Unusual
Okay, it's not even going to let me go that way.
internal combustion imminent.
So I guess that was the wrong way, and now we're dead. It had to automatically kill me. It couldn't kill me through gameplay, so it had to auto-kill me. I like the Anaglyph 3D minimap on the lower right. I'm much more okay with this visual effect in general. For some reason, I can see much clearer now that my vision is completely corrupted. Oh, I can't hear anything, so that's nice. Command was... Well, I can hear thumps. I can't dash, it just says command not executed correctly. So now what? I'm gonna pop back up and not know who I am? The virus reached 2B's central nervous system. She soon lost all sense of reason and ended up roaming the ruins until her power failed. Oh, it was a secret engine. Engine? Ending. Because they couldn't give me proper directions to where I needed to go and it wouldn't let me look at the map. That's really shitty. It better not make me start the whole chapter over. Hmm? That whole section was just asinine. Oh my god, I actually have to do all that again. At least it's not the entire chapter. Whoops. They really had a part like that where it's very easy to just get stuck and you're not allowed to save during it.
Commander!
Alright, just... I can't
2B,
skip the
what are you-
dialogue.
We had to...
None of our...
That's because...
And why... No. If anyone...
Are you nuts?
A lawnmower engine
2B,
stuck in the trunk.
9F.
Alright, I can skip these ones at least.
Damn. The doors.
It's already
virus
friggin'
infiltrate the
impossible
bunker
to
itself?
navigate in this game, and they decided to put me in a situation where it was even worse because I couldn't look at the screen.
We speak to you through the network and virus.
How is that even possible?
We've had a great deal of fun watching you squirm. But I'm afraid the end has come for this outpost.
There we go. You can occasionally get finishers to work, but they're as janky as ever. There we go. I'm honestly not 100% sure why they're working now. It isn't by pressing B like it was in Chapter 1. That prompt is not even coming up. Oh, I see. If I witch time and then mash on R1, I fire off that shot that blows their head off. Alright, I get it. It's a different finisher than what I had originally. This game likes to add and remove mechanics at random and not really bother to mention it. This game doesn't have a lot going on at once. It has literally everything going on at once. I'm in near the end. Well, this is the halfway mark, supposedly. There's 4 playthroughs. I've accidentally found 2 secret endings, which just involve dying. Wow, one involves dying and one involves just literally walking away and refusing to be a part of the story. At the point I was at right there, I just assumed that I was supposed to be killed. Because the whole thing that was going on was nonsensical. Let's call this game imperfect. Long-ass fights, too. I don't think it's confusing so much as it is not... It's confusing in the way that it's not very well written. Not in that it's particularly complex. It's just one thing happening after another. A series of events, really. It's made me laugh lots of times, sometimes where it was intended to. Alright, are we done? Good. So you check that guide, figure out exactly where I'm supposed to go. 9S just happens to get the door open at the exact moment I finish everyone off.
Units. Reporting. They still hurt you.
Stay focused, 2B.
Why are you worried about consciousness? Up until, like, forever, you didn't even think that robots were conscious. They're not like you and me, which means they must be evil. I'm singing a song from Pocahontas. You're supposed to be going to the abandoned factory. The abandoned factory is like all the way on the west side, and it had me going north. And I can't check the big map, so I can't reorient myself. I need a path to take. But the target thing that shows me where I'm supposed to go, the objective cursor, was showing to my north. And the abandoned factory is on the far west side of the world. That's why I ended up going towards the desert, which turned out to be wrong. Mixed feelings about the perspective shifting. Uh-huh.
Commander, the bunker is locked. We have to evacuate.
But tell me, why weren't you two infected?
I don't know.
It's probably because I deferred our data sync. I noticed some weird noise in the bunker's server data, so I paused the upload.
I see.
Operator.
The transport terminal is corrupted. We need to get to the hangar and get some flight units.
And there's no saving during all of this either,
Oh, this is
which is insane.
The virus we planted is blossomed into a beautiful flower.
Damn it.
Video games have a problem with not being able to figure out how to get an emotional reaction without killing someone. This game can't really get an emotional reaction at this point with killing someone. It's kind of bizarre. I'm enjoying it so much. I really am. But I can't bring myself to actually care about anyone in this game except Pascal, who's actually, I don't know if she's well written, but she's consistently written. Yeah, it gave me motion sickness at first too. I adjusted the camera so it wouldn't so much. It used to be a lot worse. Alright, finish up this part, and then we're in the pointless shmup with the guys with infinite health.
Commander.
I too would. There's you. It's your. Besides, let me.
Was there a point to having that part be in-engine and the rest in FMV? Oh, this part's unskippable in-engine. There we go. I'm genuinely annoyed right now, if you can't tell. That doesn't happen very often.
Multiple pursuers detected.
No. Oh no. This signal. It's.
Hey, their health bars are showing this time. That's interesting.
Enough of this shit. Nina, I need to take over your control.
You need to what?
I'm getting us out of here.
Okay.
Flight control
I can regain health faster than they can damage me for the most part, so that's fun. Now their health bars have disappeared. I guess I did too much damage to them.
Wait.
They don't want to
No.
make it too obvious that they're invulnerable.
Your High Unit 2B's stealth function unlocked.
Wait. 2B. 2B.
Not letting me lock on now, that's weird. It shows the little lock-on cursor, but I can't lock on.
Proposal. Eject immediately.
Gotta find a way to land this thing.
Reactor core temperature rising. Alert. FFCS and NFCS systems unresponsive. Analysis.
Oh, no.
Offensive functionality lost.
God damn it!
Alert. Multiple enemies confirmed.
I'll bitch at people in like paladins, but not to their faces, because I don't want to, you know, demoralize them. Alright, so can we just get the hell out of here and save time?
Alert. Virus infection detected. Proposal. Administer vaccine
Oh,
immediately.
now I gotta limp. Is it gonna let me out of here? I've forgotten how to get out of here. Ah. There's a tube somewhere. There it is. Ride the moose. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Why didn't I think of that the first? Oh, right, because animal riding has been completely useless up to this point. That should,
Virus contamination
or
rate
she
up
just
to
falls
16%.
Off.
Malfunction detected in NFCS circuit.
Yeah, I can't climb back on now either. It was a good idea.
Pod, give me a location that's low on Android.
Well, they managed to make animal riding completely useless again.
Searching. Analysis. The area near the abandoned commercial facility meets the desired parameters. Alert. Your high unit 2B will sustain serious damage unless the virus is eliminated.
You don't say.
See, I think Alice came to that same conclusion, but she still wants to play online games because she doesn't have a lot of friends. She needs that social interaction. Online game, even if I do a good thing, it's just kind of joyless because other people tend to ruin the experience. I know that feeling. Alright, see, okay, why can I go into the menu now? I couldn't last time. I tried several times. Oh, why is this game so... But yeah, see, it's... Zoom out more. It's telling me to go to the north. The abandoned factory is over here. So I am definitely not supposed to be going there unless my map's lying to me. It said to go to the commercial district, but there's not really a way to get there without being able to jump up the side of the pit. So I really don't know what the game's expecting of me right now. And I can't use the teleports, I don't think. I can try, but I don't think they're going to work without the bunker. Spent an hour straight playing Goner earlier, and even though I lost a bunch, I still smiled all the way through. I really have no idea what the game's expecting of me at this point.
Alert. Virus contamination rate up to 21%.
Missed me.
The contamination and reset.
Analysis.
Yeah, there's no way to avoid falling down the pit either.
Algorithm
Fuck!
with abnormal speed. Removal will be difficult.
Let me guess, I can't climb the ladder. Holy shit, you can't climb the ladder. Can I use this? Please tell me I can teleport. No, of course not. This is the worst thing. This is actually the worst thing in a video game. I can still open the map. It's really weird. There's no way through from here. I've got to climb the ladder, but I'm gonna get halfway up it. And then the virus is gonna kick back in. No, I got up it. Oh, now I can't get up the pipe though, so I gotta wait again. Who thought this was a good idea? This is awful. This is truly friggin' awful. Is there anything I have that can fix this? No. Come on. Alright, there's no way up on this end, which means we have to go across to the other side. At least now we basically know where we're trying to get, since we could actually look at the map. Oh, I'm floating in the air. That's nice, getting knocked around. Just use up all your recovers. Can you reactivate my abilities real quick so I can get out of this stun lock?
Contamination rate up to 32%.
Of course it is.
Malfunction detected
Because I
in
can't do
visual processing
anything.
system.
Holy crap. I'm just trying to get into positions where they'll throw me in the right direction.
Fighting on the surface. Today, I have wonderful news. The Council of Humanity has decided to increase the production of
This was either designed by an asshole or an idiot.
a powerful blow to our ancient enemies. The light of hope is near, closer than ever to it. We look forward to future glory, and know that you will be the ones to bring it to us. Glory.
Oh, now friggin' abilities come back online. And now when I need to jump up this thing, they go away. Yep, now I'm stuck again. Good stuff. Good game. Good video game. So this is video games. Is there any way to get up here from over? No, I need to go back around the other way. Well, that sucks. I guess I should have just hung around letting myself get beat up. Oh my god! This is stupid. This is actually infuriatingly dumb and bad.
57%. Malfunction detected in FFCS circuit.
I can still open the menu. I really have no idea why it wasn't letting me before. It's about time to call it quits after this stupidity. It's almost midnight. I didn't even realize. this even the right way? No, because there's no way out over here. There's no way out anywhere. This game's graduated from being enjoyably dumb to actually really bad. Alright, there's gotta be a way to loop around out here, right? Has to be. Which means this has to have been the right way in the first place. I'm only have my abilities available for like a couple seconds at a time. Can't ride the moose. If you could ride the moose, like, correctly, that would have actually made this bearable. Can't go through there. How about this way?
Alert. Virus contamination rate 70%.
Yep.
Infiltrating system protected region.
Black Mesa, didn't that come out like last year? Huh. Could have swore it came out last year. I guess I'm wrong. I'm not a big Half-Life fan anyway. Gotta be. Yeah, I'm literally getting my abilities back for like half a second, and then they go away again. And the stun actually ends up wasting more time than being able to run was giving me. I think I found the way to go at least, but I think it's far too late. I can't even dash now.
90%.
Yeah, it's too late now.
Central nervous system. Internal combustion imminent.
At least I'll be able to see in a sec.
Detected in visual senses. Alert. Deterioration benefit black box. Alert. Damage to data backup.
Yeah, at least I can see, but it's not going to do me any good because the game's over. Stop saying self-consciousness. That's not what you mean. Never apologize for saying boob. Yeah, not enough time to reach the marker by any stretch of the imagination. You basically have to get that perfect your first time. And back to limping. There's the bridge, 99. A 100, game over. So this is bad. And I think I'm gonna call it. We know the route for next time at least. People have called this game a masterpiece repeatedly. They haven't called it flawless or anything, but they've called it a masterpiece, and I'm especially at this moment, I am heartily disagreeing with that. There's been shitty parts. This is awful. This should not have made it to any full release in any video game. This serves no purpose except to make the player ill and annoy them. Alright, so sorry to go out on that dour note. We'll pick that up again next week, and we'll actually know where to go as long as I haven't forgotten. In any case, tomorrow we're playing Jackbox. It's Sue's birthday, so bring cake. I don't know who all's going to be playing. I assume Sue will. I assume Christy will. We'll probably get Jason in on it.
I never quite realized
And then me or one of my other sisters.
how beautiful this world is.
Anyone in the
The
crowd
commanders
who
put me in
wants to
charge of your
play, of
maintenance,
course,
man.
can join in.
That means I'll be performing regular checks on you
Alright.
from now.
Shut up, 9S. You lost your right to talk. And, let's see, then it's Thursday, which is LEGO Dimensions. That's always a much more upbeat stream. That's a game where we actually know for sure that the content is pretty much 100% good. Alice is moving on to the Midway Arcade Games collection. There's a whole level pack centered around playing Midway Arcade games, which is cool as shit. I don't remember. Oh, after that is the Scooby-Doo level, which is cool as hell.
I never quite realized.
Stop. Okay, we're closing the game so that they don't talk over me. There you go. Now you got a black box. And Friday we got Katie playing Pit People, which is wonderful. If you've seen TKO, in which of course the people in the chat currently have, it's got the same narrator as that. You're ready to... It's not this bad most of the time. This was a really bad place to drop in on. This place is almost bad enough to ruin a playthrough for me, but I'm gonna push through it. Because this game is big and dumb and hilarious most of the time. Strictly better chat box is a better gameplay experience. This is, through most of it, a very fun playable game, and I am honestly shocked that something this awful exists in it. Anyway, Saturday's our day off. Sunday we go back around to 2 with Hard West, Cowboys and Demons. She's playing the Undertaker's campaign. That's Warren's father. He's the first character we've played who has to eat and drink, which is interesting. And Monday is Christy with, I assume, Radical Heights? She can't hear me, I guess. Radical Heights? And PUBG. And PUBG, alright. And that's always a blast. And Tuesday, we're back around to me, where we will get through this bullshit and probably play more Paladins. Yeah, unfortunately, most games do have at least one really bad level. I'm trying to think of a game that doesn't have at least one really shitty level, and I can't think of any except for ones that are randomly generated, which will wind up randomly generating bad levels sometimes anyway, so, you know. Anyway, thanks for everyone who came to watch. Thanks to our subscribers. Thanks to our donators. We love you guys. We love having you here. Sorry this stream ended so irritatingly. We'll get through this bit. Hope you'll keep coming back to watch. Thanks to our followers, thanks to our watchers. We do this stuff both for us and for you guys, and that's the way it should be. We'll see you next time. Good night.